Hello, I am Max and welcome to Cool Stuff in Weird Cars. We're in this video, I'm going to be showing off all my cars again, going over kind of updates on them, maybe a little bit of updates on the channel and stuff, and why I haven't posted much recently. And I'm just going to do that, so let's get started. So of course, as you all have probably seen on my channel, this is my pride and joy, you can call it. This is my daily driver, 94 Lexus LS400. Had 151,000 miles on it when I got it about a year and a half ago. I believe it's like just under 170,000 now. But it's been a great, reliable car. A few things went wrong, but nothing too crazy. Of course, white on the outside, brown and tan on the inside. Turn that off. It's got actually 171,193 miles. So it is actually over 171,000. This will focus someday. There we go. The battery's not really liking the cold temperature all too much. Still haven't gotten around to fixing this yet, because I need to take this off right here to get this gear out so it doesn't do that anymore. The fuel gauge has stopped working correctly, which I need to take the actual gauge cluster out because while the fuel gauge doesn't work, because it's got like at least 3/4 of a tank in it right now, and it goes to empty pretty quick, well before it's ready. The low fuel light that's right over here does come on at the exact time that it needs to. So it's not a fuel sending unit problem, it is actually a gauge problem, so I need to figure that out. But otherwise, everything's pretty much the same. Radio still works like it did brand new. These screens still don't work, of course, because I've done literally nothing to work on this car in the recent times, at least. The cruise control started working in once I replaced the front brakes. Actually, I don't think I ever went over that. So I replaced the front brakes in this car because they were very warped whenever I got it, and they started grinding pretty bad recently, so we replaced those. But we'll go ahead and get out of here. I'll show you the biggest problem I'm having right now. This thing needs an alignment pretty bad, because this is not supposed to be this worn out right here. So I need an alignment. I need at least probably two new tires, because the spare tire is not good either. And other than that, it's just been serving daily driver duties. There we go. That's daily driver duties. That's a tongue twister. And it's doing pretty well at it. Although, of course, when it's cold, for some reason the temperature stays super low on the engine, so the heat is not incredibly warm. I don't know exactly what's causing that. I don't know if it's a thermostat or what, but that's kind of annoying, but it's not the biggest problem I have with this car. As long as I can make it to and from work, I'm perfectly fine. Go ahead and turn this off. I should probably put the window up before I do that. Next up in line, we have my 96 Dodge Ram 1500. Extended cab, long bed, 4-wheel drive, V8, 5-speed, you know, the whole shebang. I haven't actually driven this truck really recently at all. Let me make sure it starts, because it has been cold recently. It's got some leaves in the door. Tail lights, which is good. I don't expect the battery to be bad, or to be dead, because I've never had issues with the battery in this truck yet. But we'll see real quick. Turn that up. You got buzzers, which is always a good thing. And let's fire it up. Oh, not even an issue in the slightest. This thing has 135,372 miles on it. Actually, well, after my brakes started grinding in that car, my Lexus LS400, I was pretty much daily driving this for a little bit, so had it a few more miles on it compared to what it had. I'm probably going to drive this thing a lot more during the winter, because it's probably going to snow and stuff, and this thing's a lot better in the snow than my LS400 is. And I need gas, judging by the low fuel light over here next to the fuel gauge. She'll stay here. Probably should drive this thing today. Of course, the main issue I'm having with this thing is still the fuel tank has a broken strap that goes around it, so it's still held on by a ratchet strap, Need to fix that at some point. But other than that, had no other problems with this thing. Like I said, I haven't really driven it much recently. Haven't really been on any road trips or anything. But it's been nice and reliable. It's always started for me. Like I said, that battery is actually surprisingly good for what it is. Like, I've left lights on in this thing all day and it's always started perfectly fine. Which is kind of surprising because the battery's like 5 or 6 years old at least. So, not too shabby. So, actually getting this thing here in a minute and drive over to my last car. And then finally, we have my 1989 Chrysler TC by Maserati, which has been a project over about the last, actually almost exactly 3 years now. I've had this car for exactly 3 years as of a couple days ago, I believe, or this weekend, I'm pretty sure. Somewhere around there. I was getting Snapchat memories of basically me trying to pull this thing out of the barn it was in, which was a fun adventure. But yeah, I've had this car for 3 years now. It's a project. It does run and drive, as I will demonstrate here in a second. Go ahead and hook this battery back up real quick. I haven't actually started this car in probably 2 months now, maybe a month. I'm not entirely sure. I did put the windows up on it a while ago, just because I was mainly keeping the windows down to have it dry out as much as I could, due to the fact that it leaked a little bit when it sat outside, but not bad. So I believe it's completely dried out now, and I'll put this windshield wiper back down. Need to fix that. But we'll go ahead and start this thing up a little bit and move it outside so we can get a better look at it. Just gonna rest that up against the lawnmower. Don't mind me. There's still a water bottle in here from the last time I drove it. Oh, I can't see anything. Smells interesting in here, but not like bad. Not as bad as it did whenever I first got it, for sure. Did I not close all the way? Hello? Door? There we go. This car is surprisingly solid for being a 30-year-old Italian Chrysler. Oh, and I gotta scoot over here. I say that, yet the rearview mirror's up here because if it falls off, or it has fallen off and I've never actually put it back on, I'm so used to actually driving without a rearview mirror now after driving box trucks for a while. But we'll go ahead and let the ABS pump do its thing. You can barely hear it. Put this window down. But of course, this car still shows 70,094 miles on the odometer, which you can't see because the odometer does not work and has not worked since I've owned it. And go ahead and start it up. Misfiring a little bit still. I gotta get new spark plug wires, but I'll go over that here in a second. Also, I need some new trim here, I guess, because that's not supposed to happen. All right, we'll go ahead and stick this out here real quick. Hopefully, it'll keep running. It's misfiring pretty bad at the moment. Try and get out of the garage so it won't completely stink it up. We'll let it idle for a minute. E-brake on. But yeah, this car is surprisingly never let me down other than the time I ran out of gas in it, which was my fault because I was like, oh, I can, you know, that fuel gauge shouldn't or couldn't be right, but it was very, very right. See if I can mess around with the spark plug wire, make it run better. Spark plug wires. Ooh. Timing belt is not doing good. Oh, there we go. That's better. There we go. Just gotta do that. Obviously, that's how you make a car run better, is just pull the spark plug wires out a little bit. That's completely correct. Let this thing run and idle for a little bit. Watch the timing belt just snap in the middle of this. I hope it doesn't. But here's the thing. So, this car, like I said, I've had it for 3 years now. It's been a project. And I'm not the hugest fan of the TC by Maserati in general. Like I like the styling, it's okay. I like the fact that it's a convertible, but it has a hard top and stuff. But it's very hard and very expensive to find parts for. So a couple months ago, I guess maybe 6 months ago or so, I put an ad on Facebook to sell it. I've not gotten a single response with anybody even closely interested in buying it for half the price of a normal running and driving one of these, just because it has a few problems. So I think what we're going to do is sometime around between now and the spring, I'm going to replace the timing belt and I'm going to do the spark plug wires, which is going to be a pretty big job, at least for me, because I'm not really that mechanically inclined, and it's a pretty in-depth process to get the timing belt, because you got to take off a whole bunch of stuff on this side of the engine and also lift the engine up, because you have to take off this engine mount. But I believe that's what we're going to do, and because I just want to drive it. I mean, I've had this car for 3 years now, and I've driven it maybe 700 to 800 miles. It's actually idling surprisingly well right now. The tires are still brand new. There's a leak of some sort. I don't know what that is. I hope that's not fuel. I believe that's fuel. Let's turn this thing off, because that's not good. Looks like it's coming out of the fuel filter. Let's see. Let's inspect. Gotta love when you let cars sit and then next time you start them, they got a fuel leak out of nowhere. Oh, let's see what we got here. Let's see. I believe that is the fuel filter, and it looks like maybe I just need to tighten up that screw. You can't really see it. You can see my leak that I'm talking about. And the tire, the fuel filter is like right up there. Alright, so I'll have to work on that at some point. I could probably actually mess with it right now if I really wanted to, but I don't know if I really want to. This car is surprisingly clean on the underneath. Of course, there's the spot that we replaced the catalytic converter with, so on and so forth. Oh, stand back up. Lose my keys out of my pocket. But yeah, like the car's in great condition, body-wise, and interior is not too bad. So I don't know. I wouldn't mind putting the work into it to get it back to top spec again. So I believe that's what we're going to do. So stay tuned for some videos on this in the future, because oh boy, am I going to try and record this the best I can. And yeah, that's about that. And so also, I know I haven't been uploading much recently. Actually, let's get a little comfy seat in here real quick. Oh, so my face is extremely dark now. Am I getting lighter? Not really. So I haven't been uploading too much recently, specifically in the last 3 weeks. I think it's been since I've uploaded. I've been trying to do some more, because it's winter and I'm not a huge cold weather person. Especially for trying to get outside just to shoot videos. But I do still like doing gaming stuff. And down in the description below, there's a link to my other channel that I have, which I've been uploading a lot on recently, like gaming stuff related. I've also been live streaming a lot, so if you'd like to, you can check that out. I'll leave links to both my Twitch channel and my other YouTube channel that I upload all my gaming stuff on. If you would like to be interested in seeing it. And I'm going to keep working on that for now, and whenever I get time and whenever I feel like bracing the cold, I'll try and get something out. Because I don't want to, it's hard to, I can't just completely abandon this channel. Like, I abandoned the old gaming channel that I had because it was, you know, like there was barely anybody that could see the videos I was uploading. Not just like not watching them, but they didn't even see them in the first place. And I feel like that's happening to this channel a lot too. After, you know, just looking at analytics and stuff, whenever I upload a video, I have 7,600 subscribers now, which is pretty neat. Thank you for 7,500, which happened sometime between now and the previous upload. But out of that, you know, 1,000-ish people saw the video in the first 2 days, which is when they're most likely to, you know, basically get views. So it's hard for me to just keep uploading and just seeing that, but it's also hard for me to just give up on this. So I don't really know what's going to go on, because the other channel's doing great. It's only got 600 subscribers, but every video gets 600 impressions at least, usually. So pretty much everybody that subscribed to that channel is seeing it, and it's a lot better return, even though, of course, that's 600 subscribers compared to 7,600. So I don't know, but if I decide to do anything, of course I'll let you know. I'm not just gonna leave you in the dark like some people do on YouTube, like they just completely move to a different channel and they just never say anything to it. I doubt it'll happen, but who knows at this point. So that's gonna conclude this video, and try and maybe fix that fuel leak real quick, and I'll see you sometime in the future for some more content. Thank you for watching, and I'm out of here. See ya.